Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And it's I, Classic Sam NYGM. And oh my god, look, I got Gloria. I got Gloria, aka Glowpinkstah. Oh my god, you guys have no idea. Super excited. This is happening this early because of the massive time difference. Otherwise, it'll either be Gloria's midnight or my midnight, and that's not gonna work.
It wouldn't even be your midnight because that would be 4 in the morning for me, and I am not a morning person. It would be
God.
death for me. I choose death.
I'd rather die. I'd rather die. Welcome to the channel, everyone, and we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a chat about all things TTRPG and nerdy and just content creation and whatever else we can think about. And as always, if you want to ask any questions to our illustrious guests, all you have to do is redeem 50 channel points. How do you get 50 channel points? By following this channel. And how do you? When you follow this channel, you get 300. So that's like what? I don't know, like 6 questions. Yeah, there you go. So follow away, ask away. We'll answer those questions at the end of the stream. So I have to ask this question because I've been wondering. You've been a content creator for 15 years, like for a while. When people are like, what's a content creator? Like, what does that even mean? Like, so much so that like your experience level is like miles beyond anyone else's, in my opinion. um, why TTRPGs? Like, why this though? Like, why not like,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll take you on a journey.
Yay! I love journeys.
So I'll try and keep this journey short. So I started off on YouTube a million bajillion years ago, and it was at the start of it all, basically. I've had an account since 2006, which is nearly 20 years, which makes me sick. But anyway, so back then it was like sketch comedy, and then it became like just improvised stuff. And then like as time passed and more people were getting, I guess, into YouTube and starting to post, so did the platform. So like I changed as well. Like I was like a child when I started. I was like 18, but still, to me, that's a child.
That's a child. Like that's literally a child.
18-year-old me was a child. So then, moving forward, then it became more about, body confidence, body positivity, lifestyle stuff, and then like, that at one point included like plus size fashion and travel, and then like after a while, go ahead.
Wow. I'm just like, wait, what?
I know I've done a lot of things. I've done many things in the 15 years I've been doing this.
Oh my god.
Then I moved on, like then the pandemic hit, and then I started doing Twitch. And I've always really loved storytelling. One of the things I have enjoyed the most ever in my career has been telling stories in one way or another, whether it's through my editing or doing silly things by improv, right? So then TTRPGs became I knew they existed. I knew D&D existed.
Right.
But I didn't have any friends that really did that, so I just didn't really think about it very much. So I went from video games, and I was like, I really want to just like, I really like the idea of this.
Okay.
And then one of my friends decided, hey, I want to do this for one of my charity streams. And I was like, all right, let's just try it. And then that's sort of what got the ball rolling for me. And because it is collaborative storytelling, I love that.
Yes,
I love the fact that there are other nerdos out there that want to just tell a story. At the base of it all, it's just a story.
Right. I love that you loved. I love that like the excitement. I can feel like the excitement of like telling us. I'm like, oh my god, yes. So you also GM on channels. Like you do some YouTube stuff. You're okay. So I have to say this: you are a castsman of when I say a few APs, few is a colloquial word I'm using. What I mean is glittered hearts. 24B Crimson Street, The Legends of Lunar Lake, Castleton, what was the other one? Coffee something. Oh my god, what is it called?
My podcast is called Magical Coffee Days.
Magical Coffee Days. Monster of the Week. You do so much with the TTRPGs. One, why so many? And two, how did you decide? Like, how did you decide to be part of these different ones that are on other people's channels?
Well, okay, so the ones that are on other people's channels, I think actually Legend of Lunar Lake was on mine, but that's when I wanted to start doing a bit more like outside of mine because I can't depend on the same people to do the same thing with me all the time.
Right,
So
right.
I think finding different little areas to, like, sort of scratch that itch of like I kind of want to just see what I could do if I do something different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so that's where the Glitter Hearts campaign came in. Um, that was DM'd by Amber, and it was amazing. They were a great fun GM, but that was like my first time doing like even a mini series. So that
Oh
was like
wow,
maybe three or
okay.
four episodes, and then I did a one shot on another person's channel called Diet
Mm-hmm.
Punk. Before that, and that was Monster of the Week, and I was like, "Ugh, is this all it has to be? It's
Right.
not intimidating like D&D is." So at that point, I never really played D&D.
Right.
Um, so yeah, like it was just like the fact that we just got to do improv
Mm-hmm.
and roll some dice.
Mm.
That was really fun. But I think the reason why there were so many is these are all actually what I've been in the last few years. And actually, last year is the first time I decided to do well. Actually, last year on April or something, whenever AJ put the post out,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I just want to see what happens if I put myself out there. And then it was
Okay.
really since then where it was like, oh, okay, let's do
Pause.
more.
Pause. So in April, you said, I'm just going to put myself out there and see what happens, and became Princess Desta of Castleton. What do you mean? One of the biggest characters in Castleton, like the Empress to be, like the heir to the throne. What do you mean? And also, now that Castleton is over, I go into freaking Castleton and you're a ghost. I'm annoyed. What happened?
Oh, yeah, I died.
So putting yourself out there is an understatement when you say because
Oh, yeah.
your performance was chef's kiss.
Oh, thank you, Sam. That was yours.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Well, I don't know if this was a rhetorical question, but I just happened to fall into the.
really?
Yeah, like I spoke to Janelle, Boss Jelly Bean. We just met in the server and we had shared like 5 messages of like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we played sisters? So it was really like, what if we played sisters? Haha, wouldn't it be funny? Blah, blah, blah. So Janelle has her meeting with AJ. And then she's like, oh, by the way, we're going to be princesses. And I was like, oh, all right. So then I have a meeting with AJ. Then me and Janelle decided to have characters that are based off of characters from Aquatar. So
Oh, that's why it's familiar. Okay. Okay, 'cause it was bugging the crap out of me. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I was based off of Nesta Archeron, and Janelle was based off of Feyre Archeron, which is why like Desta is so not happy all the time.
Yeah.
It's just very serious, and I'm as you can tell, Sam, I'm not that serious. So, yeah, that's basically what it was. So I wanted to also give parts of myself to Desta, so I gave her the more quieter, serious sides of me. Because obviously social media and the internet, you're just very much like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna present myself one way.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all of me. So like, I mean, I'm not like this all the time when the camera's off. I'm sitting there like this sometimes.
Staring off at this face. It's like
I
full
know,
on
it's
just.
Scream. Now what? So, you know, like there's just there's layers to people, right? And I want to give my sitting there doing nothing layers to Desta.
Oh my
So,
god.
The serious parts. Desta tried to do things. She tried.
So I love Desta's character because the trying. It's the trying. Like and it was like there was a moment where I was like, oh my god, she needs a governess. So I get her a governess. Like I want to be her governess. Like I want there's a little
You
part.
wanted to be
I
Desta-
wanted to be
you wanted
Desta's
your character? No.
No. A completely different okay. Not Ashley Claymore.
I was gonna say, Sam, I don't think Ask Me Claymore could have been Desta.
No. If I could be a completely different character, I wanted to be Desta's governess. I'm like, I wanted to be like, we're gonna make you a queen. Like, I wanted to like, we're like, oh my gosh, but it didn't happen. That's okay. But so yeah,
Well, I mean, one of the things that like we said at the very beginning, like me and Armadame said, like it's like we're gonna be all about each other.
Yeah.
Like not about each other, but like we love each other as we're a
Right.
family, we're a unit, that sort of thing. And then like we just got torn apart
Yeah.
in part two. So it was very much like, okay, well, how do we come back to that? All I wanted was for us to have like one final meeting. And if we all hated each other at the end, then we hated each other at the end. But of course, with things like with the amount of millions of people in it
Yes.
and timings, it's just sometimes those things are impossible.
Yeah.
So we didn't get that. I didn't get that. The one thing I wanted for the family was that, but we do get reunited.
Yeah, everybody got reunited. I mean, they're dead, but everyone got reunited. You know, I mean,
Yep.
you know, it was amazing. So that performance plus your other performances in different APs, when you're doing character creation or you're making a decision about what this character is going to be about, their personality and how they're going to come through on the screen, what's your process? Like, how do you prep for this?
It depends on what it is. Like,
okay.
for example, the way I said that, I'm so sorry. It depends on what it is.
That's very movie starish.
Oh, darling, it depends on what it is. So I don't know. It just depends. So like, if it's a more long form version, or even if it's like a mini series, I'll see what I think is what makes the most sense.
Okay.
So with Ursula on Down the Forest Road, which is the current show I'm in on Help Action Needed.
Yep.
Sean, did you hear that? Like she's definitely, I think she's a character who can be this note and grow. So she starts off very much like Samwise Gamgee, and I really love Samwise Gamgee.
Love it.
Like just very like good, like the epitome of good. And then like you find out more that there's layers to her. So with a show like that, it's very much like, well, how can I take something and I guess take it a bit longer than I would with a one shot where it was chaos. Like for example, on Somebody's Heroes, I played someone called hi Eric. I'm a Zaddy's girl, and she was a zealot for Bahamut. So she was wild. I spoke in Vocal Fry that entire one.
Ooh.
I knew this because that's sustainable,
Yes,
right? For one shot.
yeah.
And so my process is, what do I feel like doing?
What are we doing today?
So yeah, like that's basically what it is. It's what's different.
Okay.
And because I kind of try to not play the same character multiple times.
Yeah.
They might overlap a bit, but there's nothing wrong with also playing the same character. I'm just challenging myself.
Oh,
it's like my own challenge to be something different. Like in Amber Ascension on Janelle's channel, Boss Jelly Bean, I think she's a bad guy. I think she's a villain. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I was like, well, I mean, because I don't know if you know much about Amber Ascension.
I started watching it. It's actually pretty amusing. Jacob's character cracks me up.
Yes. So mine and Jacob's characters are best friends in it. His character is not a good person.
No, slimy. When the word slimy comes up, it's Jacob's character. Yeah. Period. Like literally the definition of what slimy is. Yeah. Yeah. So
and Nevis is not a good person. She likes to steal. She's a little sneaky, but like I don't know, she's really fun to play. So maybe I want to be something that isn't me, which is snaky, steely thief, perhaps.
I can tell you from watching it, she's not a good person.
No, she's not. She's petty as well. She's also very petty.
There's some lines, and I can't remember them right now, where I was like, oof. I was just like, ooh, that one kind of hit a little home there. Oh my God. So yeah, it was pretty good. So did you ever, when you first started this journey, you said that you wore a lot of different hats, but did you ever think that this is going to be something that was, let me rephrase that, is it financially stable, and did you ever think could be financially stable to do this?
Content creation in general?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, when I started, I was making like I was working at a Sanrio, which is a Hello Kitty store
Oh.
at a mall. I worked like 12 hours a week because it's what you could get. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did YouTube, there was one day, and this was really naive of me. I'm going to say this right now. And I'll explain why in a sec. I made like more than $500. And for a girl who came from nothing,
Mm.
I let me tell you what my struggles were when I was younger. I not my entire life struggle,
Right.
but basically I couldn't afford like a 50-cent thing of candy
Right.
when I was like 18, right?
Mm-hmm,
So like I
mm-hmm.
didn't have much growing up. And then on YouTube I was making money.
Right.
And I was like, well, what was money to me? So then like a few months after my videos went viral, I was like, okay, let me just see what happens. So I quit my job.
Oh.
But the thing is, I was able to sustain it for a while.
Okay.
And it's the reason I've had so many wonderful opportunities in my career, which is because of YouTube. And I even met my husband because of YouTube. So like very, very good opportunities. But one thing I wish younger me knew, I wasn't excited about the little bit, itty bit, tiny bit of fame that she had, was that it's okay to have a regular job. It wasn't a status thing for me, but it doesn't mean that like, I think I was just really excited because I didn't have much growing up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think that, yes, it was sustainable, but like I could have been a bit smarter when I was younger. But yeah, so like it is not a sustainable thing.
Oh God, no.
Whoever thinks that content creation is a sustainable thing is me when I was 18 years old.
Yeah, I tell people are like, how do you do all that? It's like, I'm tired all the time. I have a day job.
Yes.
I have a day job because I need to pay my mortgage.
What's really frustrating about it is like people don't realize you have to spend money to make money.
Yes.
And like you can't spend money if you are doing content creation and you're doing 800 million hours, but nothing's coming in.
Exactly.
So like, doesn't mean don't follow your passions because I am a dreamer.
Yeah.
I have so many dreams. I have so many things I want to do, but I know that like I could have been smarter when I was younger.
Gotcha. It would make sense.
So what if anyone were to say, is it sustainable? No, it's not.
You can do it. Just
Just make sure you have
pragmatic.
millions and millions in the bank
and be
and
pragmatic.
you can do whatever you want.
Exactly. So with the APs that you do, you GM, you do, like I said, you do a lot of content creation. How do you manage all of that plus like regular everyday life? Because you're also married. There's some beautiful pictures of you and your husband. I adore them, especially like when you guys get food, and I'm like, God damn it, I want a fucking salmon sandwich now. Like,
oh my gosh, I'm getting one next week. That exact one that I posted months ago. I'm getting one next week.
for like a week and a half, that was like a safe food because of guys. Go on Gloria's Instagram. Okay? And scroll down. Gorgeous pictures of food. Problem is, you going like, I want lox and bagels. That looks delicious. And it becomes a comfort food for you. And for a week, all I ate was salmon. That's a problem.
Wait, we backtracked because salmon became an issue, but it's never an issue.
It's never an issue.
Question.
The question was, how do you balance all that you do, everyday life, and able to enjoy what you do as well?
Okay, so it's called pacing. There's no way in hell I could do anything I'm doing if I didn't pace myself. And it is ridiculous. It would be ridiculous of me to think that I could just do it all the time. So, for example, Magical Coffee Dates is coming out in April. This is part 1 of Magical Coffee Dates. I recorded everything in January, and I've slowly been editing things piece by piece.
Oh, wow.
And it's because I know that I have a day job. I also know that I like to rest at some point for 3 hours. But also there's a lot of moving parts. So it's not just work and then I have all the time in the world.
Right.
It is realistic to be like, I'm tired. So in order for me to pace myself and be a part of these APs, I need to set time for certain things.
Right.
That is the only way I could do it. The only way. And the thing is, like, I'm not able to take other things on. I also had to learn to say no. Like, I had
Right.
to pull back on a lot of stuff because I'm like, okay, things are changing. Life is unpredictable. So how can I manage this? And it is making sure I don't say yes to everything.
Oh, see, I have the opposite because first I have the opposite because first I was always like, I don't know if should I say yes. I don't know if I should say yes. And then I love calling her my handler, Maddie, who's also love one of my really good friends. I think of her as a really good friend, and my moderator. Goes, you need to start saying yes. So now I'm swung the other way, and I don't know how to say no anymore.
I'll say no for you.
Because I'll be like, you want to be part of this AP? Sure. Yes. It's today. I can make it work.
Oh no, Sam, not today. Oh my gosh. No, the thing is though, like if you're having fun, that's important, right? Like you need to have
I'm having
fun.
a blast though. I'm having a blast. I
Yeah.
will say that I'm having the best time. I couldn't even imagine like 2 years ago that this would be like something. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go do this. I'm so happy. Like, like I said this on Threads. I get giddy. So there's a process for me getting these interviews. I go, okay, I'm gonna ask Gloria. I'm gonna ask Gloria if she wants to be on the channel. I'm gonna ask Gloria if she wants to be on the channel and be interviewed. I'm gonna do it today. Today, right now. I'm gonna type it out. I'm gonna do it right now. Right this instant. Okay, send. And then I'm like, okay, she said yes. And then another 20 minutes.
I mean, it's a nice little thrill, right? You just like, but the thing is, like, if that was me doing that, it would take me months.
Really? It used to take
months. Yeah, that's something I need to get better at. Is like I'm so shy. I'm like a really like, despite me being real, yeah. I know I don't make sense. I don't make any sense.
I don't make sense.
I'm very like open and I share a lot of how I feel and I talk about a lot of the stuff I enjoy.
Right.
When it comes to reaching out to people, I don't want to do it because I'm nervous. I'm shy and like
Really?
yes, and I don't ever want to overstep my own boundaries or like anyone's boundaries, my own and anyone's, I guess. So I'm like, I'm just gonna just cry in the corner while I wait to see if I can actually muster up the courage to actually talk to someone.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, actually, really funny story. I'll share this. I don't think Andy's ever gonna see this, but like, I was thinking of like, who is Desta going to? Like, who does, if I had to choose, who would Desta be involved with? And I was like, I have a really interesting idea. I might message Andy, and then I didn't do it for like a week. But then I was like, it could be really interesting to see what it would be like if Desta like ended up with Fit. And it took me a while to muster up the courage.
And it was perfect. It was a perfect match. I'm like, they should have won if they didn't die the matching season. If they didn't die. Yeah. But so you had like, you did a whole bunch of different things. But you ended up in the TTRPG space. But you are also an advocate for I want to say body dysmorphia because that's just what's popped into my head, and that's not what I mean. Holy crap! You're also body positivity. You're also advocate of body positivity. How do you balance that? Because TTRPGs isn't a space that usually has that type of issue in a weird way. Mostly there's a gaming thing where you see gamers and illustrators when they game things, they illustrate a certain way that's kind of weird. But
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I think because I've lived in my body and the size that I'm at for a very long time, I pick up on these things. Like, there wasn't a single lines and mails from that I filled out in the last year that said no body shaming on it.
Really?
And until like I had said something, like I can't remember more than maybe, I don't want to say a single because what if I'm lying to myself? Maybe one or two have had that. But like at the same time, I'm always having to bring it up. So it is an issue everywhere. I think people just don't realize it when you're not experiencing it every day.
Right.
Like that's just one of the topics I know well because I experience everything about people being horrible about fat bodies, people in bigger bodies, whatever you want to say, whatever you're comfy with. that is just something I lived with every day. So I'm just happy to talk about it because I've experienced it in full for a very long time. Um, so that is just something I do because it's a huge part of who I am,
Right.
or what people see when they look at me. So yeah,
So
that's just how I just do it.
So you recently posted on, I believe, on Threads, and I think on Blue Sky, but I'm mostly on Threads lately for some strange reason. But you recently posted that you are pushing to have body positivity, body shaming, and in a lot of more safety tools. I believe you did there's a whole thread. I like clicked on it and I was looking through it. What was the push to finally decide that this is what you wanted to do?
I think it would just take, I think if I put myself in the shoes of people who maybe don't know how to bring something up like this,
Right.
it would just take a whole load off of their shoulders if they didn't have to worry about whether or not someone was going to say something fat phobic to their face
Right.
while you're in a game. And I've also, like, a couple of years ago, I also spoke about this about gaming in general because I want to see more representative bodies
Yes.
in gaming, but I also want to see that in tables, like in TTRPG tables. So I think a lot of the things I end up doing is just, I'm going to make it happen because I don't see it.
Right. Right.
So like you make your own opportunities in a way. So yeah, that's why I did it. Because I want to see it happen. I want more people to be aware that the things that they're saying or could say could, I guess, be better. Like you could make it a safer space by thinking, okay, let's not body shame people or talk crap about NPCs or, like the thing is you can say horrible things about a person in a game by talking about their character and who they are.
Yes.
The second you talk about someone's looks, it's like, okay, well, what else is there?
It's such a low hanging fruit to do, and
not that I've never done it, but like you know what I mean.
Done it, but also like for a lot of people who have disorders, like I have body dysmorphic disorder, like mentioning certain things can trigger people. And I never knew how to bring this up. So when I saw your post on Thursday, I was like, oh, I love this. I love it so much.
This is a really interesting topic because, like, body dysmorphia, I think I used to be angry when people would say, like, oh, yeah, I really hate, I hate the idea of being fat. Really, this isn't tied to body dysmorphia. Right. But let me explain. Let me get there. Like, I hate the idea of being fat. And, like, people can feel how they want to feel. It doesn't mean that the phrase isn't fat phobic. When people have body dysmorphia, like, it is because society has tried to make everyone think they need to look a certain way. You can't really, I mean, you can be upset because the words still hurt. But being mindful that not everybody is, like, on a journey to self-acceptance, whether they want to be or not. Like, I think we could be a bit kinder.
Yes.
And I think it still sucks to hear, oh, I feel fat when someone's right in front of me and they're not the same size as me. I have to remember it is not my problem.
Yes.
I don't have to fix everything.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I feel like Gloria. I feel like you're like, okay, I'm being called out. Like, it's not your problem, Sam. You don't need to fix this. Just.
I think that applies to so many topics, though. Like, the things that we all experience on a day-to-day that we know can be improved. Like, I think we can just, like, we just know that we don't have to fix everything.
Right.
Like, it goes across a wider range of things, not just specifically body confidence. But the reason I want to bring up body confidence is because I don't think, or body acceptance or no body shaming, is because I think that can happen more.
Yes.
So that people who are fat or people with body dysmorphia don't feel like they're going to be targeted for their size.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? So, like, that's why I want to talk about it, because it's important and no one talks about it.
Guys, you needed to, like, totally go on Threads, check out like Gloria's Threads. You'll see it. It's amazing. So cool. So I always notice this in the TTRPG space, but also in just gaming in general, where you are front facing to the camera, that a lot of actual players and DMs as well are theater kids or professional actors, or something along that lines. Does that describe you in any way?
No.
You like, no.
Okay. I've loved loved musicals since I was a kid. I have never been in a theater production. I never got training to be an actor, but I've always liked to do things where I get to play pretend. So that's sort of where it stems for me. I wish I was a theater kid.
Oh
I really
God.
do. I would have loved to have been in musicals, but my school couldn't afford an auditorium. So we just couldn't, like, we didn't have the opportunities growing up.
Right.
Um, and yeah, like if it wasn't for my YouTube videos, I never would have had any opportunities to do any acting. So I actually did, because of my YouTube videos. I was an actor for a while. So like I had that experience. Like when I say I've done a lot of things in 15 years, I really have.
You've done a lot of things. Go check out Gloria's YouTube. Like her YouTube. There's a lot of stuff on there. And that's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. So TTRPG is just growing. It's been growing, especially on Twitch. So if you go on Twitch and you put in either TTRPGs or RPG or Dungeons and Dragons, you will get hundreds of channels. So it's growing also on YouTube and on TikTok to some extent, with a lot of different type of shorts that people are doing. What do you think of this slow burgeoning popularity, and do you think it will change how the game is played and presented?
I mean, I would say that I don't really have a clue of what it was like before things started getting popular. I imagine that it might have been less of a show for some people. But I feel like now, if there is more of it happening, I feel like it's because so many of us get to have that creative itch that, like, for example, I did acting. I get to do that as a character, and that's what's appealing to me.
Right.
But I think it might not change for most people that just play the game casually, but maybe for the TTRPG AP space, it'll be a bit different. And I think it's because people just really like to play make believe and have fun, and maybe this is their way of like working out a character, seeing if they can have these emotions or not. So I don't know. I think if I've learned anything the last however many million years, it's that things are constantly changing and evolving. So I don't see why it wouldn't change.
Yeah,
I can't say if it'll be good or
bad. But I mean, who would have thought this would have even been a thing 10 or 15 years ago? Like, what are you talking about? It's so funny because I was thinking about this, but recently on TikTok, and I can't remember the creator right now, but they said that your home table shouldn't be an actual play. It felt very
targeted.
It felt kind of like, well, damn. What is your thoughts on people? Because also, if you go on Twitch as well, you'll find a lot of people in their living rooms with a camera going, "We're playing your actual play." Do you think that home tables should be turned into actual plays? And if so, do you think that people should do more research before they turn the camera on?
Oh, you mean like just general people hanging out at home?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people.
You don't have to, but if people want to, why not? Like, the thing is, like, when I thought what you were saying is like not everything has to be like RP based. That's what I thought you were saying. But you mean like literally people turning on a camera
and go like, we have, we're not, I mean, they're probably not thinking they're going to be the next Dimension 20, but they want to be at least popular on Twitch. Do you think they should take their home table to become an actual play? Because there's a different way to play when you're doing actual play.
I think that if you want to, why not? But I think if you're going to do it, you have to keep in mind that nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. You have to have something that is going to stick out. And if having to find something that sticks out takes its toll on you, then it's probably not for you. And that's not a bad thing. I think like everyone should try and do something they enjoy. But if it's taking the fun out because you're trying to find out what's the next big thing for you, it takes out all of the genuine fun. I can say this from experience with a lot of things I have done in the past, like content creation. As soon as it stops being a thing for you, then I think that's where issues can come up. Because if you're doing it with with the mindset of I'm gonna be the next Dimension 20 or Critical Role. Like those are huge things
Yeah.
that I feel like a lot of people just sort of fell into.
Mm-hmm.
So to have dreams is amazing. Because
Right.
like I said, I have a million dreams. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. But like I but I it's just not realistic to think that you're gonna one wake up the next day and have like a million bajillion subs on Twitch
Right.
because you've become the next Critical Role. But I think if you have a plan, I mean, you don't have to have a plan at the start.
Right.
But if you see that things are, you just do it and you see that things are changing, then you gotta like sort of think about what are the next steps.
Mm.
And for some people, that just might not be fun anymore. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I have a lot of thoughts.
Like, it's like,
It's not a bad thing though.
I have a lot of thoughts too, because like part of me is like, okay, I get it. You want to showcase your story, especially if it's a homebrew. You want to show people how amazing your story is because storytelling is fun. But also, there's a level of production and creation that happens in actual plays that I think a lot of people at home tables don't realize until they start doing it, and then realize why are people engaging.
Yeah.
And I think the research needs to come in first before you turn the camera on. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to
Yeah,
it.
that's fair. That's fair.
So they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. What advice would you give someone that would like to emulate what you have been doing in the last 15 years in the social media space?
I would wonder why.
Like, what? So if someone came to you and goes, Gloria, I love your work. How can I be like you?
I would say, look, you can't be like me because you should be yourself. And that's like I think what people mean when they say that though is like, how can I do what you're doing? They don't mean I want to be you, Gloria. And if they did, I'd say please don't. But I think like I don't know, I would just say like you were saying, do your research, see what's out there. Like nothing changes overnight.
Right.
You have to be persistent and consistent, but also pace yourself.
Oh, God.
Because I think everyone thinks like if I'm starting from zero, that means I have to do 100 million things all the time. That was a mistake I made.
Okay.
I make mistakes and I have failed many times, that I'm not ashamed to say that, because I think to say that you haven't failed
Yeah.
is kind of like not realistic. I mean, maybe someone's never failed, but I failed a million times.
People don't know this, but I've tried YouTube a bunch of times. It didn't work.
It's hard.
It's so hard. Like, this is like
So hard.
Catching traction on YouTube is super hard. Catching traction on social media is super hard. So, but yeah, listen to Gloria.
Yes. So like, just take it slow. Pace yourselves, please. Don't do what I did. Don't be me. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Actually, no, don't be me. Be yourselves.
So, when you started this content creation, what were some obstacles that you had to endure or overcome?
So when you say started, that you take me back 15 years again. So like, I know 2006 was like 19 years ago, but it didn't really kick off for me until like 2009. I dealt with a lot of hate because of the way I looked. And I still deal with that every day. So having to sort of separate, well, actually, it's the reason I don't really, not the reason. Hold on. Let me backtrack a bit. I can jump so many ways here because a lot has impacted me. But dealing with hate, it was really hard to navigate around. And then here's another part to that. As I grew on YouTube and as the years passed, people thought that they knew everything about me based on seeing 10-minute videos. They also thought that they were my friend. They also thought that we were close because they had followed. And it took me a long, long time to realize that it's okay that I didn't want to have relationships with these, like, what are they called?
Parasocial relationships?
Parasocial relationships,
Yeah.
yes. So, like, I felt so much guilt. I felt guilt and guilt and guilt over not showing like I appreciated people that much.
Yeah.
And it was really I had to go to therapy for this because I thought that I was the problem and again, like I have grown with social media, I've grown with YouTube, and I didn't know what was happening. So there weren't protections for me like there are now. I didn't know that boundaries were a thing.
Oh wow.
So I had to sort of deal with that on my own and navigate through therapy. Like, hey, these things aren't okay.
Like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, and I can separate myself from it now. Now I have very firm boundaries, and that's my biggest lesson. Like, I don't like when people DM me without my permission,
Right.
because I feel like my space is being invaded, and it's Space Invaders. But also like because I've had to deal with parasocial relationships a lot. I've had people DMing me saying, "Let's hang out. I know where you live," like, and yes, it's been bad. I've received threats, and it's like I don't want to do this. So it's kind of like why I stepped away from my main YouTube channel. It's why I'm mainly on like Threads and Blue Sky and on Twitch, because I can have those boundaries.
Right.
Because YouTube, before moderation, now I feel like there wasn't much. Now it's getting better, I think, but it's still really difficult to moderate in comparison to Twitch.
Yeah.
So
for me, Twitch is easy. I feel like if something
block.
like that, done. Like Threads, I love Threads and Blue Sky, because Threads and Blue Sky you can mute and block people and restrict all day. It's fun. You're like, I don't like you. Good luck. Oh my gosh. So when you made that discovery, like, oh, this is not healthy, and you finally put up the boundaries and made that transition to understanding, how did it make your content creation different?
Oh, it's basically not been about me and my husband anymore. So like, and traveling, and also the pandemic really impacted that, because I'm immunocompromised. I have to be careful.
Right.
So like, and like the last year I've finally been able to do things, and it's been really lovely. But like, but it changed. Well, sorry, ask the question one more time, because I thought of the salmon again, because I'm gonna have it next week.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna have salmon all next week now, because we're thinking about salmon. But the question is, with the realization that the parasocial relationships and the creation of your boundaries, how did it change your content creation?
Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. So it's not about me and my husband anymore. It is about like it is about telling stories, fiction, not my real life. It is all fiction. And I'll share bits and pieces that I'm comfortable with. And I am very much more aware now that what I share is going to live on the internet.
Right.
As opposed to when I was younger and didn't understand anything. So now, like, it's just not about me and my husband. It is about my content creation, and it is not his job too.
Right.
So like, he's got his own big boy job. I've got my own big girl job, and it is not about the two of us. And people don't get to have, like, they don't get to peek into our private lives anymore. They don't get to just say, well, she's like this and he's like that.
Right.
You know what people used to think, Sam? People used to think he was only with me for a green card. Yeah.
First of all,
and also I live in Scotland, so
that's what I was about to say. Like, first of
what
all,
green card?
I don't think those exist there. That's one. Two, are they watching the same content? Because have you seen? I'm gonna do this one more time. I'm gonna do this so people can click on your link tree. Go and look at how this man looks at this woman, and tell me again. What do you mean? Like, are you dumb? Are you blind? Like,
thanks, Sam. That's really sweet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So that was like one. That is a small snippet of what it was like.
That's insane. That's amazing. Well, I'm glad that it's changed, but
oh yeah,
holy crap!
Things are very different now. Very, very different now.
Holy shit. But. So you are Mexican and Filipino. You are a person of color. So with that, there comes its own obstacles, its own problems, and people tend to microaggress and do things in certain parts of the TTRPG space. It's not as prevalent as it used to be years ago because of how the community is changing. But how have you been able to navigate that? And what do you think the future of intersectionality looks like for TTRPG?
I think the more we talk about what is harmful, the better it'll get. I think it's like sort of like how I'll call out, like, let's not have body shaming. Like if I talk
Yes.
about the fact that all of my characters look mixed race like me,
Yeah.
it is more representative of what people who are playing the games are like.
Right.
So the more we talk about what's wrong and call those things out in a way that people can understand, and I think that's all we can do. And I feel like if we oh gosh, there was a really good point I was going to make because I always talk about this and now it's the one thing I've forgotten to do.
I
But
love that we're like this.
like I just think like we just have to, oh, it's about ignorance, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know something, we can't expect you to read our minds. We can't
Right.
expect you to have all the answers. What people can do is their research, right? But if people don't know what to look for, can we expect them to look? However, once you have this information, it's what matters what you do with it afterwards.
Yes, yes.
If I tell you do not call me a fat bitch and you call me a fat bitch in an AP, then I know that it's not me that's the problem.
Yeah, like, oh, you're an asshole.
Thankfully, no one's ever done that. No one's ever done that.
First of all, what the fuck? Number two, you're an asshole. Number three, have you read the room? Like, are you okay? That's my favorite line.
Are you okay?
That's my favorite line for every time someone has. So when people microaggress, or they do something I don't like, or they do something that is triggering to me, the first thing out of my mouth now is like, "Are you okay?" Because now they have to like address.
They have to address it to your face.
Yes. So like, you okay? I feel like. Do you need a moment? Like, I feel like something's happening. You know, and usually like I love that. So we talked about how you do editing off screen. We were talking about editing off screen because I hate it. Everyone here knows I hate editing. So you do your tech behind the scenes. How is it different for you as opposed to being in front of the camera? Like, and which one do you prefer? The editing and behind the scene tech, or the in front of the camera stuff?
This is gonna sound horrible, but the easiest thing is to be on camera.
Really?
For me.
Okay.
I love telling stories, and that, like, if you do a live stream like this, you don't really have to worry about the editing after, do you?
Right.
When you are, because technically you could just download this video and upload it as is, and no one will bat an eye.
Done.
When you are recording, like if you're doing a pre-recorded thing, and let's say you're using something like what I use is Zencaster, which is what we use for witches, you have to place all the videos and the audio. You have to line it all up. Then you have to cut out all the things, make sure everything is lined up together. The thing is, I love that too. But it's easier to just be a player.
Yep.
And be in someone else's thing and then walk away.
I love it. Like, do you want to be an AP? Yes. Because I don't have to do shit. So to go like this.
Yeah, so like the thing is also editing is a thankless job.
Yes.
If you are not thanking your editors, you are doing something very wrong because they spend hours upon hours more than you if you are just recording.
Yes.
Because, okay, let me put something into perspective for people. If your AP is 1 hour, it is not going to take an editor 1 hour to do your video. It is going to take them like 4 or 5, depending on what needs to be done. Days, years. So thank your editors, pay them well. Thank you very much.
Look, I love Book. I adore him because he edits my videos when I can give him money, and I know it takes him a while. I know he went to school for it and he's good at it. I love that he does it. I hate it. I'd rather pay him to do it. But I know it's a lot of work. That's why I pay him to do it. Fuck that shit. Because that is some horror. People here, so my community will tell you, one time I decided to stream live an editing session that I was doing, and I was driving my chat crazy because
my face drop.
Yeah. I spent 10 minutes on one sentence, or 2 words actually, and I forget what the word was, but to the point where they're like, stop. The entire chat, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please, let's play a game. Let's do anything else. Please fucking stop. Like, never did that again. That was a dumb stream.
No, the thing is, you have to show people what it's like. It's not just the video's done once you're done recording it. There's so much more that goes into it. And those 2 words could have been really important words that you needed to get right. So
They
Sorry,
need
chat.
to be those words need to be together. Like they're apart now, but we need to be together, and I couldn't get them together. And then I sent it to Book, and he got them together. So yay! So
We love Book.
I love Book. So what is your favorite thing to do? Modules or homebrew?
Ooh, I don't even know what that means. Homebrew probably, because I've never used a module, I don't think.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I don't think, yeah,
like,
a module would be like Curse of Strahd or...
Yeah, so my D&D knowledge is like a 2 out of 100.
I love
Like
it.
I know how to make my character and then forget my spells. Like I'm there for the RP fun,
Right.
and also it's also like barbarian, very fun.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about anything. But I think all of the stuff I've done has been like made up worlds for like my husband and our friends. So like
Right.
anything I've done, I've either, if I've looked at something, for example, oh no, that's not true, because I have used the Monster of the Week. I don't want to call it DLCs, but that's essentially what it is. Like they give you some pre-made stories sometimes, and I'll take little elements because I don't really know too much about battles, but my players don't need to know that. So, so I'll like look and get inspiration.
Right.
But for the most part, it's homebrew. So that's essentially how it works for me, because I don't even know where to look for modules, to be honest.
I love that. I love that you're like, no, I know what that is. I'm happy not knowing.
Yeah, let me just live in my little bubble and spend 800 years trying to come up with a story real quick instead of looking at a module that will help me.
Like, why would I look at a module? I'll just sit here and suffer. Like,
Just try and name this one town for 600 hours instead of looking at a guide that will help me.
why would I need a guide? That seems like an easy way out. Like, what do you mean? Like,
No, people don't be me. Again, don't be me and actually use helpful tools to make anything more difficult for yourselves.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So I've always thought that in order to stream or to do a podcast or to do YouTube or any type of content creation, you need some type of like personality traits or some type of like inner strength. What do you think someone would need to work in this industry and be successful?
I think in some way sticking out from the rest. And I don't mean, the thing is like, I don't mean to, I hope this doesn't sound like a bad thing, because it's not. But a lot of the time on TikTok, what's popular is people following trends.
Yes. Yeah.
And that seems to be the way things go now. And it's not a bad thing, because then everyone kind of has this nice collective thing that they're doing.
Right.
But like, you have to have something different, because no one wants to watch the same thing in a row. Unless you're me, who has watched a show 800,000 times because it is a comfort show.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I think you have to, even in any business, you have to have something different to the rest. I say something in business. I took 1 year of business, but I also was a content creator for a long time. So I know that you have to have something a bit different.
Right.
So yeah, that's essentially, you can't just follow what everyone else is doing all the time too.
I love it. I love that. So I've always thought that people, like I said before, people who stream and do all these different things, they're pretty much like, they're a producer, they're a director, they're an editor, they're an actor. They do all these different, wear all these different hats. As time goes on, where do you see yourself in these different roles? And do you plan on expanding on any of them exclusively in the future?
I think if I'll do anything, it'll be editing and taking part as a character.
Okay.
Because those are the two things I love. Editing is very precious to me. Like, I would never hand off, okay, I've done it like maybe 3 times in my lifetime.
Really?
And I loved it, but I know what's in my head, and I'm gonna execute it. That's why I like editing. When I get to be a player, I get to just experience different things. Those are the two things I love. Doing technical stuff I can do,
Right.
but it's not like a passion.
Gotcha.
So like for our witches show, Down the Forest Road, I took care of the editing, and I also sort of like made sure that we were all being heard and on camera and on time, and no one was like, no one's internet was crashing or something. So like,
Right.
it's not easy to pull people together. Like everyone that thinks like just
Oh
people
God,
show
no.
up.
Hell, like currently right now, this moment, I'm trying to get one shot out.
It's not easy.
So
It's
hard.
not easy. It's so like I've had to also reschedule. So like top secret news is I'm gonna be doing some Monster of the Week one shots this year, and one of them was going to be with my Armadeus siblings. However, we've already had to reschedule it. We're supposed to record it last weekend, I think, but like life is lifing and we
Right.
have to be responsible. So I was just like, let's just reschedule it for another time. So yeah, not easy, but and I think everyone knows that that's ever played D&D or any TTRPG, even if it's not an AP.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
it's hard. I don't even remember what the question was.
Did you plan on expanding? You already said that you wanted to do more editing. You rather do editing and acting.
Yeah, let me be a player and let me do more editing. Those are the things I like.
Oh God, I need more money. God damn it. Shit, I need more money. So
Everyone give Sam your money right now.
give me all your money. So are there? A lot of people look up to you, especially with your latest APs. They kind of look at you as one of the big people in the community. What's it like to be a burgeoning icon of the community?
A what? No. Sam, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Sorry. What? What do you mean?
I'm just hanging out and playing fat characters because they need to be represented.
Oh my God, that was the best reaction. Thank you.
You're welcome. Clip that.
Oh
Just kidding.
God. Oh wow. Yeah. If you didn't know, so for me, I know for a couple of people, I was like, I'm interviewing Gloria. Like, holy shit, are you interviewing Gloria? Yeah, I'm interviewing. It's a thing.
Aww.
Okay.
That's nice. I honestly, this is my exact reaction for everything over the last 15 years. I genuinely am in shock that I made it this far. Not in a way that I don't believe in myself. It's just more that like I've made it a case to always be myself.
Right.
So the fact that I've made it this far by being myself is absolutely wild.
I love it.
So for you to tell me that there's people out there that are shocked that you're interviewing me is, again, wild.
Like, what? Like, what do you mean? So, all the APs you've played, what's your favorite TTRPG that you've played so far?
Oh, that's hard. Like, as in the systems?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can see why people play D&D because it's really good for long form stuff.
Yes.
I personally love playing. I really like Monster of the Week because it's easy enough for me to understand, but also I DM it, so maybe that's why. But I don't know. I like a lot of games for different reasons. Also, there's a joke that we have with the Witches game that the system we have is called Sean because Sean's decided to take D&D Blades in the Dark and Kids on Bikes and sort of put it all together for the system that we're using. And it's not really a fully fleshed out system, I think. So we're just calling it Sean. That is also fun. So basically, we're playing D&D, but are also saying, can I do this? Even though it's not in my spell list. Or like I like games where the rules aren't like, you must have this in order to be able to do it.
Right.
So,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that there's a game called Sean. I need to talk to him. That's hilarious.
That's a really fun system.
Like, what do you play, Sean?
That's literally what we say in the chat every Sunday. So on Sundays at 3 p.m. EST is when Down the Forest Road airs, and episode 4 is on Sunday. And if anyone asks, there's someone, you're gonna find out that the system we play is Sean.
That's amazing.
He actually needs to name it though.
He needs to name it. Well, first of all, he needs to name it Sean. That's one. But it has to be the acronym SEAN to fix. So we have to figure out an acronym that spells Sean. Don't know how that's gonna work. There's plenty of words in the dictionary. it'll happen.
I'm gonna be thinking about that tonight. I've already started cooking in my head.
It's like, this is now a thing. You're welcome. So, we know now your favorite TTRPG, but what's your favorite characters you've played so far?
Oh crap! Let me just pull up my Notion real quick. The thing is, I like them all for different reasons, because I know people say don't do this, but I've given so much of myself to my characters because it's like, how is it not easy? I mean, how is it? Okay, it is easy to put parts of yourself and play yourself in a way,
right?
Than it is to come up with something that you are making up and you've never had any experience with.
So hard to do, by the way. This is the hardest thing to do. Doing that, doing something that is out of your wheelhouse is one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yes. I think, like, I like them all for different reasons. I think Ursula is one of them, who is the Samwise Gamgee character. Because she's soft and she's kind and she cares very deeply. Then there's Nevis.
Not soft and kind.
Okay, what parts of myself did I give Nevis? Hold on, let me think about this real quick. The parts I gave to Nevis were the mischief, like parts. Because I like to laugh. But to the extreme, obviously. Like, I wouldn't go around stealing from people's pockets in a casino where I could literally get killed. And then the things I liked about Desta was I got to play an overprotective sister. And I am the oldest of my siblings.
Yes.
In real life as well in that game. So, yeah, those are the... Hold on, I know there's more that I've got on my list. But those are the three that come off the top of my head, because I think, one, they might be the most recent, but also because they have little parts of me that I like to sort of exaggerate in a way. Desta was also kind of hard at times.
Really?
Because while I could play a character that was a bit more serious, I'm just really goofy. I like to make a joke, but I know also how to not do that. So I think what was hard for me with her is actually arguing. So, like, when Connor and I were going back and forward, like, he and I checked in all the time, every second. Like, the thing is, like, we communicated really well, which is why it was easier for me. But if I had to argue with somebody that I didn't know, it would sting something within me regardless.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think if I'm prepared for it, that's one thing. Like, with the stuff that happened with Robert, which that was like, I knew that was gonna happen. Ooh. So, like, not that I knew it was gonna happen, but I was anticipating this was gonna be bad. So do you know what I mean?
So hard as hell.
So yes, and he was very hard to play against, and it was amazing. And I finally got to use my smite, which is something I've been wanting to do since before we even started.
Oh my gosh. I had Robert on this channel recently, and we had a 4-hour conversation. So good luck booking editing that shit. It was an awesome show. It was awesome conversation. But we were talking for 4 hours. Like, we could not stop talking. It was awesome. But just such a dynamic player and GM, and just all around just so good at improv and just on the dime. You're like, shoot, okay, I need to keep up. Longest Sam stream ever. True.
I love that. Like, I think it was actually such an honor to play across from him and, like, fight him.
Oh god,
like, the fact that, like, I've seen this person in Castleton, because obviously, like, I'm never awake for anyone's streams ever, because you're all 8 million hours behind me. But, like, getting to see him in Castleton was so cool, and I was like, wow, wouldn't it be really funny if I had to fight him? Like, in my head, then I was like, oh, I'm fighting him.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Like, actual legend stuff. And I just, like, have this, like, I think that was a really cool thing.
It was good, yeah. It was. I'm finally caught up. You guys didn't get the reactions because I was doing other things, but it was good.
Oh, yeah.
So you talked about taking breaks and all these different things. So you're still a super busy person. when you do take your breaks and separate and decide to have fun for yourself, is it completely outside of TTRPGs, completely outside of AP and editing and all this other stuff, or are there some elements of that to keep in your fun?
I think so. When I go to the place that I have salmon, I am completely like I'm completely like off. Like
Right.
that's not a place I go all the time. But like if I'm going away or if I'm like leaving Glasgow, which is the city I live in, like I'm gonna make sure that I am not doing anything else. Like I might be on Instagram posting stuff because I'm excited to do that, not because
Right.
I feel like I need to keep up with people. People need to see what I'm doing. It's more of just like this is what I want to do. I want to have fun, and that's it. But like if I'm absolutely exhausted with my day job and I've taken off like a couple of days, like that might be the time where I work on Charm Party, which is my YouTube channel, or like the the bits and bobs that I haven't been able to catch up on for editing and stuff. So most of the time it is because I'm going away and I actually like separate myself, or if not, I just need a couple of days to like focus and like sort of reset.
Gotcha.
So that's essentially how I do it. Yep.
So I love this question because it's a signal for our chat to, if you have any questions for Gloria, now is the time to redeem 50 channel points.
Do it.
So do it now. Do it now. I'm just kidding.
And then give them your money.
Give me my money. Give me money. Give me money so I can pay Maddie and Book. That's what the money's going to be for. So I can pay Maddie and pay Book.
Yeah.
If you could perform for anyone or DM for anyone, but if you could be an AP with anyone or DM for anyone, dead or alive, real or fiction, up to 5 people, who would it be?
Can you ask, what was that question? Did you ask me like, okay, wait, hold on, is it on this list of things? Because I want.
Yes,
there's
it's
a lot
all
of
the way at
questions.
the bottom.
Oh, okay, all the way at the bottom. If I could perform for or with anyone, oh, okay, this might be an answer that everyone's given, but the intrepid heroes of Dimension 20, if I ever got to be in that cast, I would hopefully stay alive for the whole AP.
Nice.
But I love Brennan. Like I think Brennan is such an amazing DM. Like I think actually they're part of the reasons why I was like I want to take a chance on doing APs more, because while I love Critical Role, I feel like they're a bit more serious, and I feel like Dimension 20 is a bit more goofy.
Yes.
And I'm like, I like that.
I like Goofy too. I rather Goofy.
I love it. And like every Dimension 20 show I've seen, which is most of them, like I'm like, I love this dynamic so much. And if I could just like, it's never gonna happen. I'm saying never because it's like just not a thing. Like you can't, again, like we were saying earlier, just say like, I'm gonna be the next Dimension 20 or the next Critical Role tomorrow. It's just not. Anyway, we have our dreams, right?
It can happen. You just never. It can happen. You never listen. You can like wake up tomorrow and you be like, "Hey, Gloria, do you mind being a guest star?" And
I would throw up and I would piss my pants. The bed would be wet. No, but that would be really fun because I like their dynamic, and I just I want to be where the intrepid heroes are.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that. I love that answer.
But yeah, and also, oh my gosh, if I would also be absolutely wrecked if Abria was also my DM.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I know that's not. I answered that question twice.
That's okay. I always tell people like that's why I say 5 or 6 people, and I also say real or fiction because usually the list either gets really really long or really really short. So I'm not just you're not stuck to it. It's perfectly fine. It's your table. I'm okay with it. So we are up to the part where our lovely chat can ask our lovely guest any question that Eric asks from somebody's Hero Live. We're trying to work on a schedule with Eric, but we'll figure it out. What does your editing process look like?
Oh, I open Premiere. Well, if it's for APs, thankfully the main thing that I've worked on really is I've done some clips for Amber Ascension. And then I've also done the editing for Down the Forest Road. And that is essentially making sure I have everything prepped before I even record. That makes the editing process easier.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what that means to me, and you learn as you go, is I have OBS open in case our 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 recording stuff isn't gonna somehow capture everyone's videos, or I can make sure I have like little backups for my backups. And then I put everything in there and I align everything and then I hope for the best. So I'll watch everything at like 2 times speed, make sure I cut out all the bits that aren't necessary, like for example, any breaks that we take, or
Yeah.
the very beginning or the very end, like after we're all screaming and crying and throwing up. And like so like, you know, like those, but I don't cut too much out that would essentially be people being people. Does that make
Right.
sense? So like
Yes.
we were
Yes.
talking about how I was just like leave the ums in because you were talking about like
Yeah.
cutting out ums in videos, and I'm like, no, just leave it because we're human.
Right.
And it shows like you want to show the human parts of ourselves. So my editing process is also keeping in the human parts.
Okay, fair. I'll leave them in. I say it a lot, especially when I first started doing this. I would say I don't say as much as I used to, but I used to say it a lot, like every other word, to the point it was driving me bonkers. So I think that's where me taking
Oh yeah,
it
for
out.
your own self though, that's another thing I think where if it will take some if it would keep everything nice and easy for you, then definitely take it out.
Right.
Whatever is easiest for you. But it takes more time than it needs to be or needs to take, then just leave it in.
Just leave it in. Yeah, this is why you pay somebody to do it. Are you gonna? What cons are you gonna be at this year? Because one, I need to see you, and two, you know, cons are fun.
I really want to go to PAX this year. I really, really want to go. And that's like well down the line. So I really hope I get to go. I've already booked my hotel. And I just hope that I can make it. Because again, it's a big trip to come from the UK.
Yes,
so
yes.
I mean, it's a big trip for anyone out in the US as well, because it's 1,000,000 miles long, that country. So so
unless
yeah.
you're on the East Coast, it's like I'm on the East Coast. It's literally an hour and 45 minutes on the train for me, so that's not that bad. I literally jump on the Amtrak. Yeah, I'm here. I could technically go back and forth, but why would I? That makes no sense. But yeah, if you have to fly,
It's like
it's
I think it may be an hour from here to Dublin, and then to Philly, it'd probably be like another 7-8 hours. So that's not even the longest flight I've done.
really.
But I used to fly back to California. It'd be like up to like an 18-hour travel day.
Jesus Christ.
But that includes like getting to the airport and also like
Right.
leaving from the airport to
To
wherever the hell.
yeah. I mean, I get it. That's listen. I flew to Australia last year, and that hurt my heart. I had a blast. I loved it, but it was just a plane ride. I was not a fan of. I'm like, I hate this. Like, it was the only part I didn't like. I was like, I don't like it. Even though it was very comfortable and it was great, didn't like it. So, guys, if you have any more questions, now is the time. And to ask those questions. In the meantime, while we're waiting for any more questions from our lovely chat, tell us what we can expect from you in the next 6 months. Gloria, the content creator, the AP professional, and the person who's on Instagram showing us lovely salmon sandwiches.
You will see more salmon sandwiches next week. You are going to also see Magical Coffee Dates is coming out April 23rd. The part 1 is already like scheduled.
Awesome.
Because I made sure I did it months ago. You're gonna see me in a couple more APs. One of them is Boss Jelly Beans. Well, actually, no, there's 2. There's Amber Ascension Part 2, and then there's Safe Mode Disabled, which is fun. I'm also going to appear in a couple of one-shots, but I'm also not trying to do too much. So I have to take a lot of things into account the next couple of months. And yeah, I'm also doing more editing, so that's fun. I'm opening up my books for freelance editing and also consultancy for like I said, like inclusivity at tables.
Awesome. I love that. I love that.
It needs to be done.
It needs to be done. So, Maddie, I need a little clarification on the question. Do you feel comfortable to the US Now 6? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. I don't know what the 6 is for. and I'm confused. But I'm normally confused, so it might just be me. So, can you please clarify?
Please clarify.
Yeah. So while she's clarifying, I just have one question because I've been wondering about this. Um, when you were playing Desta as opposed to playing, sorry, the 6 is a question mark. Oh, do you feel comfortable to the U.S. now? Or like traveling to the U.S. or considering the climate? Yeah.
See, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I could possibly get turned away or detained upon arrival.
Yeah.
So which is why I'm saying I hope I can go.
Right.
And I just became a citizen of the UK. I have dual citizenship, but I don't think they'll care.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's
look,
hard.
it's a distinct gamble because they're picking up U.S. citizens, as well. So it really doesn't matter, if you're a U.S. citizen or not. It just matters if they feel like it, and what you look like, and that's that. So yay, that's fun for us. Sorry, I do sarcasm. I realize
No,
I do
that's
a
fine.
lot of sarcasm. I just
That's fine, I
realized
get
that. Actually.
The UK is very sarcastic. It's absolutely fine.
I literally just went like, God, there's a lot of sarcasm lately. It's okay. So I just forgot the question. Holy shit! Oh, you do a lot of
Desta.
storytelling, yes. So you do a lot of storytelling, and Desta, like you said, is a very serious character. When you were playing her, how did you unwind from that character? I wanted to know about this because
Sorry, I know I started laughing immediately.
I know for me, I had to like really like backtrack in my head for Ask Me, like hard, because not a nice lady, fucking psychopath, which is fine. But how did you unwind from that character?
Gosh, it was kind of hard because again, like I know people say don't put yourself into these characters, but I did that. I knew what I was doing, but I knew it was also going to be hard to sort of pull myself away from that. So let me think of a few moments. There was a scene where I'm arguing with Connor, just before the balcony scene. I was physically shaking that entire time until me and Andy started speaking. I was like also like on the verge of tears that whole time because it was very like I'm trying to feel these emotions that
Right.
Desta would be feeling. There was also this part was cut out of the main show, but there's a part where Ben says goodbye to Desta. But I had read out and in like my goodbye words to him. So there was a scene where the Armadeum rings that we had, you could send a final message to your siblings. So I did that. And you might have seen me crying that entire episode.
Yeah.
And not understanding why I was so
Yeah, I was
emotional.
like, what's going on?
It's because I was literally saying a eulogy to my dying brother.
Oh.
I was saying my final words to my dying brother, and it was trying to make amends. Again, Desta was a trier.
Yeah.
But also, she loses Fitz. Also,
Yeah.
doesn't know where Tyr is, and doesn't know where Vera is. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to feel these emotions she's feeling. And also, when Evie dies at the first time, I walked out of this room, and I was quiet, and my husband was like, "Did Desta die?" And I was like, "No." Not yet, anyway. But not for another 6 months or something. But
somebody else died.
Somebody else died. That like those moments hit me hard. So to pull myself back from that, actually, when Desta and all the Armadeums are dead, it like didn't hit me really till the next day, and it took me a couple of days to sort of not get over it because it's
Right.
hard because it's like
Yeah.
you're grieving a character you put so much time and effort into, and like again a lot of myself into, and it's like they're gone and
Right.
they're not real, but
But
you
they're
had
still
to
gone.
play them.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, they were real in the sense that you brought them to life. So and which is it's a fair, us to have those feelings. So I wonder about it because I was like, dude, I watched. I'm like, why is she crying? She's making me cry.
I was crying a lot because I was feeling it because
yeah.
But it wasn't shown because obviously time.
Time. Like, listen, if if it wasn't for the fact that there's so much, I guarantee you, there's so much. There's so much. It would have been a much longer, like it would have been like a 2-year thing, a 3-year, 4, 5, 10 years of footage. Probably.
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 I wouldn't doubt that 10 years of footage exists somewhere.
You know, I mean, they were long episodes, 7, 8-hour episodes. So, but guys, if you have no more questions, and I would like to say, welcome, OKSDM. Oh my God, I know. Hi.
Also, I love sagas. I say this every time I see them in chat.
Hi. Okay, I'm gonna send you a message later. Anyway, so now that we know what we can expect from you, guys, if you have no more questions, we're gonna get out of here. So I've always asked my guests to guide our raid, and while Gloria is looking for someone else to raid, I'm gonna let you guys know what we are doing in the next couple days and hours, apparently, because I forgot. So at 8 o'clock, you can catch me over on Apothematic. Oh, God damn it. I'll put it in the freaking Discord. But I'm going to be doing an AP for Cyberpunk. It's going to be so much fun with JoJo. Super excited for that. Got it.
Channel.
Yeah, so super excited for that. So look out for the Discord so you can see where I will be there. And then tomorrow I have a session 0, so we will be having a chill stream around 7 o'clock. We're going to do Assassin's Creed because I finally got the game.
Ooh.
I'm super excited with it. Yes, thank you. That one, I can't say the word. Apothematic, that one. And then on the 28th, I'll be doing the Infernals on Aurora's channel. And then on this channel, we have my favorite person. Everyone's my favorite person, so please take that how you may, but also someone who I love to chat with and I will talk with forever, but we're going to try and keep it within the 2 hours, even though we tend to not do it. Savannah, aka the DIY Witch, aka Not Quite Novelist, will be here for a full interview, not just a short one, and not for my birthday stream. And then we will be on her channel on the Sunday at 7:30. So look out for all that. And then we have a bunch of other stuff happening in April, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So we are rating out to Bestie Port. I think I've ever heard of this one. This is new.
That's one of my friends. He's playing Marvel Rivals.
I love Marvel Rivals. I refuse to play it though because
I've never played it in my life.
Not doing it.
But I love my friend.
Refuse, and I'll tell you why I refuse. Because I will not be addicted to another freaking team game. Not doing it. I refuse. So guys, we're gonna head over there. Give them a follow. Stick around for the raid because it benefits you, it benefits me, it benefits the person we're going over to say hi to. Stick around for the raid. Give them a follow if you like their content. Tell them I said hi. And as always, it's better to be kind than to be nice. If you can't be good, please be careful. I love all your faces.